Who would have thought that symbiosis would actually be great again? Hello everyone, my name is Bogas, and this is the first video guide I make for Gwent. And the list that we're going to be looking into today is the symbiosis list I've been running for the last couple of days with some very good success. Symbiosis was always one of those archetypes I really enjoyed using, but in the last quite a few seasons it felt a bit underwhelming to play, like there was something missing from it. Not anymore. With the latest card drop we got, we have some very interesting cards that were added into the archetype and synergize extremely well with it. Let me go over a few of the options we have in this deck. First and foremost, Crystal Skull, our stratagem. Mainly chose this for two reasons. First, Veil, obviously. Second, let's just say that you want to remove something from your opponent's board. It can be used to boost one of your spawned treants into, I don't know, depending on the power that the treant is at the specific time you want to use it. You can boost it to 5, 6, 7 points of power, and then use the Pawn Keeper to have an immediate removal option for whatever your opponent is dropping on the board. You can literally just choose anything else you want as a stratagem. It depends on your playstyle. You can run Tactical Advantage, for example. You can run Curse Scroll for some added consistency. You can even run Magic Lamp in order to have that extra body as soon as possible and be able to run Frog Mating Season. So it's basically anything you want, you can use it there. Ogwen, one of the most important cards in this deck. Infuse all of your Naiads with the nature category wherever they are. Whenever you spawn a wandering treant, give it vitality equal to the number of Dryads you control. So it's a symbiosis unit. It infuses all of your Naiads with the nature category and essentially making them nature cards. And also, while the card is active on board, whenever you spawn a wandering treant, it gives it vitality that can help you get a few extra points per round. And believe me when I say it's a card that it can help you a lot win round 1, for example. For me at least, it's a card that I do prefer to run in round 1, just because I want to have all of my Naiads get that extra nature category as soon as possible. The sooner you do it, the more points you're gonna have. Of course, you can play this in round 2 as well. Ogwen can infuse the nature category to cards that are in your deck, in your hand, or your graveyard. You can use Forest Protector, for example, to get that bronze nature card from your graveyard while it's infused. You can use Fauve to get one of the Naiads from your deck. So whenever you play Ogwen, it gets you a lot of value. Like I've said, for me it's around 1 card. For you, it can be something else. It depends on your strategy. Simlas, of course, one of the staples in this deck. I very much enjoy using Simlas in a lot of the Scoia'tael decks I make, and specifically in this one it has a great amount of value. Usually I run Simlas with Bountiful Harvest, and I try to combine that with after I've set up my board with quite a few of my symbiosis unit, so that I will be able to spawn as big treants as possible. It's a great card for thinning. It synergizes amazing well with cards like Aidne. A late round 3 Aidne can have extreme amount of value when used with Simlas. You get a lot of tempo from this card. Even if you use it, even if you use this combo in round 2 with 8 new in stage 2 with only 2 young dryads, which essentially gives you 2 symbiosis units, it's still a lot of value and a lot of tempo if you want to push your opponent for a bleed or defend from a bleed. Frog mating season. What can I say about this card? This has been a very nice card that it got me excited when I was looking into the cards that were gonna be released. It got me very excited, and it has such an amazing value in this deck. It's a card that you need to be careful when you're gonna use it because it will spawn quite a lot of those frogs, essentially 4 of them, plus the Wandering Treant. You have 5 extra units on your board. I would suggest not to use it in the same round as Simlas because you do get a lot of spawned units on your board unless it's a very short round 3. Try to use Frog Mating Season in round 1 to help you win the round, or in round 2 to help you defend from a bleed. Do not use it in the same round as Simlas because that might lead into you overswarming your roles, which is not something that we want. Again, we have quite a few tutors in this deck. Minus Simlas, you can have Call of the Forest, which tutors a skeletal unit from your deck. Isengrim's Council is a great way to get our Harald Gord into the game, or Simlas into the game if we do not have them in hand. Falve, of course, is a tutor for our tutor cards and also any other nature card we have in deck. Again, keep in mind, if you play Ogwen first, then you play Falve, your Naiads will also be targets to be tutored in with Falve because they now have the nature category. Harald Gord, everybody knows who Harald Gord is. Everybody knows the value that this card can have in a game. It's a very good point slump card. And with this deck, we can most of the times very consistently do anywhere between 9 to 11 points of extra value from the nature cards we used. It won't be a very easy thing to make this go to 12 because the amount of cards we use don't really allow us to do that unless we get the sorcerers from our bountiful harvest and we trigger the another nature card from them. For most of the bronzes, they are cards that have been in symbiosis decks for a very long time. For example, Nature's Rebuke, it's a removal card, damages a unit by 5 points. Hamadryads, which are a very good type of engines, symbiosis units, and effectively they double trigger your vitality every round. Dryads, Chaos, and Tempering, very good nature cards, have a lot of value in this deck because every time you play them, you basically trigger your symbiosis units and you have another Wandering Treant popping off after each usage. Abandoned Girl, this is a card I haven't been using very much, but has quite some value in this deck, I feel. It transforms into a young dryad without changing power and gain vitality equal to the number of dryads on this row. So essentially, it can turn into another symbiosis unit. In most scenarios, if you sequence your Abandoned Girl correctly and try to stack it up with vitality, it's the best target to have for your Naiad fledgling. The more vitality it has, the more bonus points the fledgling will get. Triad Enchantress here is kind of what I would call a joker card. In some games it will find value, in other games it won't have any value. It is though a very good 4P card, and I usually use it in the range row because it can give an ally unit a vitality of 3 for 3 turns. It synergizes very good with your Hammer Dryads. You can get some extra vitality. 3 points of vitality on the Hammer Dryad is an additional 6 points. You can basically run something else here. You can run some maybe a pillar for the purify or whatever you want, maybe a squirrel. It's basically up to you. This is like a flex a slot for any of you guys who would prefer to add something else, but keep in mind that changing into a neutral card, it basically breaks devotion. So if you're okay running Aidne in her stage 2 form, it's fine. And I've kept for last these 2 cards here. Naiad Pondkeeper. I've already talked a little bit about this. Has a dual ability, 1 melee one and 1 melee ability and 1 rage ability. Damages an enemy unit by an allied Wandering Treant's power, then reset the Wandering Treant, and also infuses a non-symbiosis ally unit with symbiosis. I mostly run this on the range row because it gives you an additional symbiosis body, which is extremely important. The more symbiosis bodies you got, the better Wandering Treants you'll get later on in the game when you use your nature cards. The melee ability is there to use in very specific matchups when you really want something to be removed. For example, I had a game that my opponent randomly dropped a 6-point card, base power card on board, and I was like, I can remove that. I had my removal right there. It's a great card to use. I really enjoy the flexibility on this card, and I like cards that have these dual abilities. Like I've said, I mostly use it on the range row, but feel free to use it any way you want to. And also the Naiad Fledgling, which is a very nice card to use in conjunction with the mating season. Whenever your symbiosis is triggered, give the unit to the left vitality 2, auto remove all vitality from an ally unit that boosts health by the same amount. In a lot of situations, if you have your sequencing correct, and you can have your Naiad Fledgling just boosting the unit to the left as much as possible with vitality. At some point you can trigger its order and have 8, 9, 10, 12 points of play in just a split second. It's a great card that I really like. All of the Naiads are super great, and like I've said at the beginning of the video, you play Ogwen first, you get the most value from these fledglings. One more thing I haven't mentioned, Forest Protector here can play one of the Naiads from your graveyard. Just make sure that you play Ogwen after your Naiads are in the graveyard, because if you use Ogwen for example in round 1, then you play a couple of your Naiads, then they go into the graveyard, they lose their infuse status, and you're not going to be able to use Forest Protector to replay them. When it comes to strategy, round 1 is a round that you do not really need to commit either Simlas or Aidne. Those are cards that for later on. I usually just try to play at least one Hammer Dryad and my Ogwen, and then synergize something with the Fledgling or the Pondkeeper before dropping Frog Mating Season. That can really help me win round 1. There are a lot of cards here that can be committed in round 1, so feel free to push a lot in that round, and if you get the appropriate cards in round 2, If you have round control, you can bleed, and you can even go a card down into a very short round 3 and still have a lot of value from your cards. Remember that if you play 8-net, Simlas, and Instant Wings cancel in a 3-card round 3, the value you're gonna get is gonna be amazing. Without further ado, I have a couple of videos, gameplay videos that are coming after this. Thank you very, very much for coming to this video. Please feel free to take this deck, make changes. You can contact me on Discord and tell me your opinions, or you can leave a feedback under this video. If you like my content, please feel free to subscribe, and hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Very much looking forward to hear back from you guys. Thank you. Mobilization.
I hate portals.
Okay, we got Ogwen. Bountiful Harvest can go back. Hamadrya can go back. We already have one in hand. This is definitely not a bad hand, but I would prefer... Oh, yeah. I would prefer another nature card, but anything other than that. So, we're suspecting rivers here. Do we just open with Ogwen? Maybe with Hamadrya just to get her going. Use 1 leader charge and wait. Then we can go with Ogwen. Obviously. Nothing we can do about that. Ogwen on board. And wait a little bit. Usually in this deck they don't really focus on having a lot of removal options other than spamming the river, so... Amphibious Assault into rivers. Oh, I will never figure that out. He didn't use it? Well, that's kind of weird though. Would expect him to. So let me do this. Good. That's 8 points. I could have actually used the Pond Keeper there. Just kill it all. Ah, I see. Okay. Oh, please don't tell me you're not gonna create another one. Why do you just play that and keep it on your range, or I messed up? Okay. I'm gonna sacrifice my leader here. Sacrifice a couple of points. Just need to get that out of the way. Okay, more river hunters. He played one from his deck and one from hand, right? So he went Amphibious Assault onto the rivers and only Romancy into the Ederon. That's 6 points of damage. I think we can stick ahead for just a little bit longer. Let's play the Naiads Treants onto these treants. We get some extra value from Ogwen and all the vitality boosts. And I think after this we can just pass and see what happens. Okay. He will have to go a card down, so this is a good pass for us. How many points? 13 points. We still have the vitality going, so this is definitely a very, very good pass for us. Okay. Wrong placement. There we go. It's 9 though, right? Yeah, it's 9. He can do it. Don't play another card. Don't play another card. Oh my god. And he plays another card. Okay. Fair enough. I'm suspecting he's having mushy trouble now, so he's gonna try to redo the whole thing. Okay. You go back. You go back. We're missing 8 now, which is very important. Aidne can have so much value if you play Devotion, in all honesty. She's still good, like, in her second form. But definitely, you need her to be Devotion. That immunity value is too good. Either than some special cards like, I don't know, Igni, Scourge, Curse of Corruption, oh, even the reverse. I mean, there's not too many ways you can target her without actually removing that immunity, right? Okay, so he goes with Kennedy Gar. Huh. This is not entirely good for us. I'm gonna start a bit slow with the Abandoned Girl. Romancy. Okay, so yes, Garrison. I forgot about Garrison. Unfortunately, we didn't get our Nature's Rebuke. now we're in a very, very big and difficult situation. Do I just go wait now?
You are safe.
Get my apple, you'll not
Return
leave them.
your home.
Not alive at any rate.
Ah, he will just here. He can pass if he wishes to, so no reason to commit another leader. Oh, he can do a 6. 6 is bad. 6 is bad. Why? Okay. So that is a problem. And we unfortunately cannot really deal with unless I just go seamless now.
Only one with no sense would trust the word of a dwarf.
Come on. Do I have any holes in my hand? No. I don't want to spam my rolls, so I'm gonna go with this. Not the greatest of options. We have the specials though, so I think the scribe is gonna be better for the points. We do this. We do this. We're out of the range. Of the rivers. That Gar is definitely a very problematic card for us. Okay, he uses the Gar before we get full value on the scribe. What's next, buddy? All geared. Running all geared in rivers, come on. I mean, can be good in a lot of situations, but still. Not really anything we can use here. I don't really need to run scared right now and just play the Frogmatics is alright. Although I'm 2 cards up, so I shouldn't really care about it. Let me do 1 and 2 here. Oh, he's just gonna go all in. Fair enough. Okay. I'm gonna get 3 points. He didn't use that. Why didn't he use that? He missed the point there. Okay, now we need to make sure. We really need to make sure that these rivers are not gonna hurt us, because we're gonna pass. We're gonna lose another 4 points, so that's gonna be 36 to 47. 37 actually, 10 points difference. So we need to do it. I think we can just go Forest Protector. Or in all honesty, just go with I am Pond Keeper. Is that gonna be enough? Nah, not gonna risk it too much. Let me go with the Dryad Keres. We can just target her. And we should be okay. Good. Maybe with just the Pond Keeper I will be okay, but being 2 cards up, it was, you know, kind of easy to just do this. Real question now is, what do they have? Do they still have anything in hand? Okay, I don't want you. Hamadryad can be good, yes. She's a symbiosis unit. Abandon your... Okay. I think we are in a bit of a trouble. Let's see what we get. Let's start with the humble Hamadryads.
'Tis my
Do this.
I was born.
Only the charge. Mashi Truffle. And so something like this. But we have an answer. Especially against this type of deck, if you're kind of able to keep your Force Protector and your Nature's Rebuke in hand, when they do not have any other options to copy this immediately, just game over for them. There we go. I think he did the maths wrong in round 1. He could have just passed without playing another card. Anyway. Okay.
Death is only the beginning!
Okay, so it's probably warriors. Let's see. Come on, connection, don't fail me now. Yes. There we go, with a little bit of a delay. Vial of Forbidden Knowledge. So we're one to start with.
Come to me, little one.
So he tries to protect something. Huh.
I once lopped off 3 heads with 1 blow.
That was a bit aggressive, but okay, fair enough. Yeah, we're gonna be going with frog mating season. Megascope. Okay. Interesting play. We can also do... I want to keep Valve for later on. Let me do the Pond Keeper here. Try to set up some Vai. Armored Drakkar. And another 10 points. Yeah, we can go with frog mating season immediately. Another Megascope. Oh, this guy he's going really hard on us here, isn't he? So, in all honesty, I would prefer to save keep the Call of the Forest for later on, but do not have too many options here, do I? That's gonna be another 10 points. Not nearly enough. Okay, so let me do something different here. Now we actually have both dry carriers in hand, so that's not gonna be entirely good for us. Not the best move I could do there. There's the pass. He wanted to get out very easily from this round. Interested to see what he has in hand. Okay, this is not a bad hand at all. If we proceed in committing 8ne, we have a lot of options we can use here, so I think we can do a very good push. We keep everything. I'm not gonna draw into something else. Let's go 8ne Mother immediately. And in all honesty, let's just go do this. Aha!
Give me some of that.
Fair enough.
Wait, yes, they won't let us talk to strangers.
Go Call of the Forest. Get up one of our fledglings out. Also do that.
The song of my people!
Try to keep alive our symbiosis units, and then we're gonna play the Simlas. Ooh, Cataclysm. Okay, this guy's playing something spicy. GG to him. GG to him. He's playing something very spicy.
At 2 centuries,
I like it
you
already.
were barely one.
Harmony, not really. Let's go for the Elven Swordmaster. Ooh, don't have enough row space. Cavalry officer.
Let us sing
Let's
the
do that.
song of steel.
That. And we can wait on the fledgling. We don't really need to do that immediately. We can stack up that vitality. If my Dryad survives and he's forced to play his Endless Voyage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me do this first. Hold on. Get the Nature's Rebuke. Kill the Drakkar. Get more value. Another approach here would be just to defend my Dryads there. We can do that now, can't we? Yes, we can. Okay. Okay, one there. I'm gonna be just a little bit greedy here. I'm not gonna use my fledgling. Although it would be a very, very good idea to do so. We've got a 1 and a 2 to protect something from crack being played, I think. Let's see what happens. We can use our second Keres in this game. Okay, he's kind of smart. He thought about that. He still has to figure out how he's going to deal with the Simlas and all the threes on board. Oh. Oh. Okay. Enough. So we're going to push just a little bit more here. We're going to do this. And this. Get the full value from a fledgling. After this, I think we can do a pass. Depends on what they play afterwards. And they committed a lot of their big cards. Scenario is out, Dagger is out, Crack is out, Holger is out. So we're in a very, very good position here. Let's see. Covenant Steel. Again, fair enough. How many points? 9. 13 points of difference. We're gonna be getting a few more points. It's gonna be 3, 5, 14, 17 points extra. Can they do it? That is the question. They have the damage. Definitely don't need the Hammer Dryads. This can be a bit weird. I guess an all-in here will probably be better. But I will lose. I will definitely lose. Okay, so we're good cheat. It all depends on what we draw. I don't want the Hammer Dryad because I don't really have a way to boost her. That's not good. That's okay. That can be good. You go away. You're okay. Let's keep these in all honesty. Let's see. Draco turtle. Oh my god.
Leave me be. You green horror.
Seems we've all a good catch today.
Goodbye on that. We're gonna be switching up the abandoned girl.
Come on, lady of the wood.
Because that's the only way we can get value from our pawn keeper. Very, very interesting play here. Haven't seen the crew there for quite some time, and the dragon turtle, to be honest with you. It all depends on what he's gonna be playing next. We have points. Definitely have points. Sigtrifa into what? Dagur? Dagur, he doesn't have the damage. Okay, so he just gets the points on there. Fair enough.
Must be on the others.
We're gonna be doing that. And last card. Last card. Oh! Okay, that red haze was annoying, to say the least.
No mercy!
The hardcore wins the game for us very easily. Good. Another game down.